Hey, I'm back and I'm in a different environment. Welcome to my shop. Well, at least this half. I'm not going to show you that half because that's her half. She does all her furniture stuff on that half. But I just wanted to take a break. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 100 plus degrees outside, especially with the heat index. I wanted to come in here in my nice, cool 90-year-old garage that her and I completely redid last summer, including insulating and installing that nice little mini split over there. Shout out to Amazon, cheap prices. But yeah, I just wanted to come out. I wanted to show you the environment that I enjoy being in when I'm not sitting in my home office where I normally shoot my videos. Now it's going to be ironic. I'm going to turn my side to you a little bit and show you what I'm currently working on and currently what the wood is that I'm going to finish that box out. That's actually going to be a cabinet. You know, I've drawn up some kind of rough Spanky Gibson ways of showing you how I'm going to make something. And not the prettiest. Once again, I am a Marine. So my drafting year I took in high school 38 years ago might not be as beneficial now as it was then. But you know what? I can cut a straight line. I can build a box. I can use all these tools that I've acquired over the past 15 years since I retired, and I can make stuff. Matter of fact, most of the cabinets, most of the shelving in here, all her cabinets, her workbenches, her 1 yard by 2 yard layout table that she's got her nice Cellrite sewing machine over there. She's in the kiddie pool right now, so I don't have a loud sewing machine going. I'm not creating a lot of dust. I don't have that nice little TV on up there listening to music and or YouTube videos. So I thought, hey, we'll do something different. You know, you guys have never seen me in this environment. I've taken a few pictures. They're in my posts. Check them out if you want to. Now, I'm Spanky Gibson. Spanky Gibson produces. What's the hook in this video? There ain't a hook. I just want to get in front of the camera, take it off my little stand in there, bring it out here, try this nice, cool, extendable, hand thing I bought for it that I can go walking around, because I will do that. And there ain't nothing more sexy than when you guys get to see me walking with what you've seen before. If you ever watch any of my videos, that nice sexy leg. It ain't perfect out here. This tripod ain't perfect. This Osmo 6 action camera is not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. But hey, I wanted to come out here and just kind of show you a little bit. Now, I did buy on Amazon during Prime Week this really little cool thing for my phone that acts almost like the Pocket 3. It's a gyro, whatever they call them, Euro, can't eat it sandwich. But I'm going to figure that stinking thing out because the handle of it has a little tripod. I could set it up here on the workbench, or I could finagle something, drill something into the, support beam there, and I'd be able to walk around. And I'd be able to show you some of the things I do outside of talking about leadership. I love leadership traits and principles. I miss it. I joined the Marine Corps 37 years ago. I've been retired 15 years already. And I love talking about things I learned in the Marine Corps. And I know it's not for everybody. Most people, I don't think, really give a crap about that. Some people do. I was on Jocko's podcast back in April after him talking to me for 4 or 5 years about coming on and telling my story of Ramadi in 2006. And I finally did it because I just had my 20-year anniversary was May 16th, or my Alive Day, and I've shot a video on that. You can go back and check it out, where I discuss what it's like to be a 35-year-old man, lose your leg in combat, then get out of the hospital in 11 months, stay on active duty, go back to Fallujah, Iraq for better part of 11 months. I left a little over a month early because I got approved for congressional fellowship. Went to D.C., worked on the House Committee for Veterans Affairs for a year, did my payback tour 2 years at the Pentagon, and came in zone for E9 and went, I'm done. I got custody of my sons that lived in California with their mother. My dad was in bad health. I decided to come back here home. Best decision I ever made. But what does that have to do with this space right here? Well, it's how I got here. It's the story of how I got to this spot. Now, we have this thing in the military where we talk about bloom where you're planted. You might not like the environment you're in. You might not like the space you're in. You might not like those that are around you. But you know what? You've got to do your best job you can. You got to have enough intestinal fortitude, have enough of a resilient mindset that you'll go ahead, make things around you functional, do the best job you can possibly do. And then when you come to the end of your time of that job or that environment, that you go to the next step, you go to the next place. Now that's military life. I know most people don't do that. Most of my friends here in this town that I grew up in, Pryor Creek, Oklahoma, there's a number, probably half my class that never really left the area. They went off to college and then came back. And nothing against them. I was just lucky to do 20 some years in the Marine Corps and get to run around the world a bit and see a lot of cool things. Yeah, got shot in the process. That kind of sucks. But you know what? I'm still here. It wasn't right there, so I'm alive. I can't complain. But I use those leadership traits and principles that I learned to say, okay, this 90-year garage that didn't have power a year and a half ago, didn't have insulation. Anytime I was out here, I was running my generator or plugged into the wall of our 100-plus-year-old home and using one tool at a time. My table saw that's back over there. Use my chop saw right here. Get my, whatever power tools I had that weren't battery operated, and I would just slave in to the extension cord. Well, finally got tired of it after 5, 6, 7 years, and had all this energy last summer and said, hey, we're not doing anything crazy. We're not traveling until September. So, hey, I'm going to redo the garage. Spent the whole summer with her. We roofed it. We took all the old siding off. We put this bead board, which was actually scrap bead board, minus her side that I actually bought at Lowe's. I went and got a bunch of 3/4 inch plywood and I made shelving. You look back here in this back corner, I just started using all kinds of scraps I had left over from building tables and workbenches to have places to hide paint or stain or whatever. But yeah, it's small. It's not the big grand. My son-in-law has a 40 by 60 shop. He does his own construction. Shout out to Donnie Hamill at Hamill Constructions. And yeah, he's got this big, amazing space. Well, I don't have that opportunity here. His shop's about as big as 2/3 of our property in town here. But hey, make what I've got at least where I want it to be. Maybe not perfect. Definitely not beautiful. But hey, insulated those doors, put some ceiling on the outside. We only have to open that door. We don't even open her when I'm backing the truck up and we're putting some kind of furniture piece in here for her to work on that she's redoing for somebody. And Nadine Creations, she doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to talk her into it. The 4 months I've been on here, I told her, you need to start videoing. I will do the videoing. I will do the editing because I'm learning that. And we'll go through the process because her work is amazing. And I think she should get out there. I think most of you all that do see this would believe me if you saw her pieces. Amazing work. But yeah, it's my humble abode. That little picture up over there, that's a painting. I actually went to art school. I went to undergrad, went to graduate school for behavior. I'm kind of a goofy dude. Tried one semester of an MBA program at a local university we have here. That was the only graduate program they had. And since I could walk right in and start the program, I thought I'll do an MBA. maybe I want to do a business sometime. Yeah, all it took was one macroeconomics class, LIFO, FIFO, all that crap. Yeah, this Marine was like, it ain't happening. I'm out of here. Good on you guys that have an MBA. Could I have done it? I'm sure I could have. Would I have probably ripped my ears off or beat my head against a wall? Probably would have. It seemed quite interesting, but not to me. But yeah, shout out to you MBAs out there. Respect. But so what did I do? I had all this college money left over from my GI Bill benefits. And I'm like, hey, I'll just stay right here at this university and I'll go to art school. Went to Pino's Palace a couple times, sipped a little bit of wine, painted a few pictures, paint by numbers basically, tell you what to do, you do it. But it was relaxing. And as a combat guy, I have a little bit of patience. I enjoy creating. But to set for a period of time and just move acrylic paint across a canvas, or in my case, oil, in art school, I learned I like the medium of oil. It moves better. Yeah, it's harder, takes longer. You got to use a drying agent to help speed up the process of drying. But as this guy, for relaxing, a calming effect, it was cool. Well, I painted that for my mom for her birthday in 2017. Now, that was the year after my dad died. She loved butterflies. She loved blue. And when she passed away a little over 4 years ago, I'm like, I'm going to keep that. Might not take it in the house because I've talked about in other videos, I have limited space. But I wanted to bring it out here. So when I'm out here cutting wood, measuring, designing what I want to do, drawing, listen to my cool to have a TV in the garage, I think of her, and anybody that's been through that, anybody that's lost their family members, especially their parents, you understand. And I'm an only child. So, yeah, that was my only mother, my only dad. But hey, I'm glad I moved back. One of the reasons why I'm glad I did what I did when I retired and to move back home. So, hey, I just wanted to get in front of the camera. And as you can tell, I can run my mouth for 12 minutes. If you like my videos, especially my more instructional videos, more serious videos, hey, like it. Comment on it. Oh, what's that other thing? Subscribe to Spanky Gibson Produces, because Spanky Gibson's asking you to. You know what? And hit the notification bell, because I'll have all kinds of different videos. I'm not going to worry about this stinking niche thing I'm always hearing about. I'm just going to do what I enjoy doing. I'm going to have fun. And if you guys like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You'll let me know. I'll know the lane to stay in. So, hey, once again, I appreciate you being here. And I'll throw up one of my other videos here, so you'll see it pop up by the time I say this. But I appreciate you all stopping by. And if you made it this far, thank you very much. And, hey, look forward to my next video. Take care.